Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault games. We've got Luke on Death and Taxes in the finals versus Josh on Oops All Spells, one of our weekly legacies. Josh and his brother Jacob have been playing budget decks in Legacy for the last few weeks, jumping right in and having a little bit of success. It is sporadic. Decks are high variance, but Oops All Spells, when it is hot, is one of the most formidable things you could play against. He actually won game one before we even got the camera rolling. So we're in game two, that Deafening Silence, not main deck for Death and Taxes. A Thalia going to continue slowing things down. Deafening Silence going to really be something that you can play through. It just slows things down. So Josh is basically going to need to build a mana base. He's got the Agademe, the Undercrypt. Any other lands will be helpful, but ooh, the time looks like it's going to be running out now. May have had a little bit of a shot. It was just Thalia for a clock. Mox. Oh, and Wasteland taking out that is devastating. And there was a Rashad in port, which would have been just fine for slowing things down as well. But this is really going to be too much to navigate, I would imagine. Stoneforge Mystic grabbing Cauldra. A very real clock here. 2 turns. 7, I guess it's 3 turns. 7 damage this turn. 8 damage next turn. Stoneforge can get in there as well. Does wrap things up very quickly, and with that Thalia in play, Josh would end up at exactly 3 life, so he wouldn't be able to shock in a land anyways. They actually do 3 damage. Agademe's Awakening and Turntimber Symbiosis. And just for good measure, we have a Sanctum Prelate, cutting off any other possibilities here. That's going to be a wrap. A whole ton of hate there for Luke, starting with Deafening Silence and just getting worse each following turn. Oh, and he drew the Dread Return on top of it. Yeah, you're going to need to Cabal Therapy that out of your hand, which is just so many turns when you've got Thalia and Deafening Silence to play through. I mean, you're only able to play 1 spell each turn. Absolutely brutal. Skipping over a whole ton of shuffling. Josh on a mull to 5, Lotus Petal, double Spirit Guide, Balustrade Spy. He's totally hellbent. Not a bad mull to 5. I mean, that's all you can hope for is a first turn kill. Only got 5 cards to work with. Unfortunately, doesn't have a Pact of Negation or Chancellor of the Annex as protection. Luke could have Surgical Extraction or Fairy Macabre. Fairy Macabre, honestly, I think it might be better in Death and Taxes. Let me know what you think in the comments. People were running it back in the day with Sword of Light and Shadow because you could return the Fairy Macabre with the ability, but honestly, that those probably just win more anyways. I am curious why Fairy Macabre has kind of fallen out of favor for Death and Taxes, given just how strong it is to be able to use your Graveyard Disruption even if you have a Thalia out. I suppose there are some corner cases. Oh, and he does have the Surgical. Little bit, gotta feel a little bit like a slow roll there. The Surgical just absolutely ends the game here and respond to any of those Narcomoeba triggers. I mean, however you want to do it. There is the possibility to play around Surgical or Fairy Macabre with Memory's Journey, I believe is the name of the card. It's the revamped Krosan Reclamation that we got like a decade ago. Very rare that a eternal playable card actually gets a strict upgrade, but very powerful. It does have a home in this 75 for Oops All Spells, but Josh so close to taking that one down. Congrats to both players for making the finals of our weekly legacy.